Hi guys, welcome back to Rice Talk. Today we have Ghost, Sid, Court, and Cam, and we've got an exciting episode for y'all today. We're gonna mainly talk about conspiracy theories. We've got a whole list right here. And we're basically just gonna talk about them and ask each other what we all think about them. So
let's see what you think about them. You know, it's been a minute. You know, we didn't add you on the show in like a few seasons, I think.
yeah, I've been really busy. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back.
Thank you very much. I'm Avery. I kind of forgot about myself. I'm here too.
Heard. Yeah.
So a big one that a lot of people know of, but we just found something out about it today. It's the Walt Disney conspiracy, and I'm gonna let Courtney talk about that because she's really infatuated with this one.
Basically, we all know Walt Disney, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know that Walt Disney, or they say that Walt Disney is like frozen underneath like
He is.
Walt Disney. Okay, well he's
You don't believe it?
Like okay, so yeah, so y'all all know it's not really recent anymore, but y'all know the movie Frozen, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we just recently found out today that, you know how, okay, so people were looking up and like looking into like Walt Disney being frozen, like, and like Disney, like Disney, yes.
Disney World.
Well, Frozen came out, and instead of you, like when you search on Google now, like Walt Disney Frozen, what's gonna pop up now? Frozen, like
the movie. So it won't
instead
pop
of
up.
like Walt Disney Frozen, like
Yeah.
like
Walt Disney being
Frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We just thought
Jinx.
that was kind of crazy because I just feel like that was such a smart way to try and.
Because like a lot of Disney movies, if you think about it, like the princess movies, like it's like Rapunzel or like Cinderella,
I
or
kinda-
like Beauty and the Beast.
I hate seeing like a Disney movie that's like too ethnic because I'm kind of just like I feel like I was just kind of guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be like any culture outside of like probably I don't know like some like British
Princess and
movie
the
like a
Frog
British
is really
prince.
good.
Yeah.
I love Princess.
I like Moana.
Moana's good.
Mulan.
Yep.
Mulan.
Mm.
You like Mulan?
No.
Or
Mulan.
Moana, yeah.
Moana is so
Moana
good.
is so
with the
good.
rock.
Yeah, but Mulan is good too. The little dragon.
I'm not
a
the
big
biggest
fan of
Mulan person.
I wasn't either, or Pocahontas.
I
don't know
loved
why.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas
The
was
raccoon and the hummingbird, definitely.
But the story behind Pocahontas
See?
is kind of
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
based on real people, and it's like
they screwed it up. That's not the
They
true
could've-
story.
They still could have called Frozen like Elsa.
Would y'all rather
Yeah,
be the
that's true.
princess or the frog?
The princess.
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 And why?
She know how to cook.
Are you talking about just the princess?
Beignets.
Like, I don't think he's talking
Beignets.
about like, in a
Yeah.
general view of like princesses.
No, I mean
versus
in like
frogs.
that specific part of the movie.
Oh, well, I would rather be the frog if we're talking about that specific part of the
He
movie.
grows
They had
so
a really
much
good
though.
time, and
Like
they
they,
learned so
yeah.
much about
I mean, the
life.
princess becomes a frog anyway.
Exactly what I'm saying.
So
If we're talking about that specific,
either way, you're gonna become a frog.
Yeah.
Either way, I agree.
it is a trick question.
You know, my biggest conspiracy theory
Mhm.
is pyramids.
That was gonna be one of our next topics. So pyramids.
Like, who was doing that? Like,
Well, a lot of people think that it was aliens. That's like the main center of the conspiracy theory. It's not that. Because if you think about it, those bricks that make pyramids are like tons and tons
Yeah.
of pounds, and since they were made millions of years ago, we really didn't have that type of technology. And
so do you think it was intervention?
what do you mean?
Do you think we
Well,
were?
if you look like miles away, you can like, they found like almost like attempts of like what humans have like tried to make of the pyramids, and it just like didn't work out.
Not matched.
Well, because the pyramids are they're made so perfectly, and they're
And they're
so,
massive.
yeah, I was going to say they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx. They're so big paws.
And then like
But-
they weren't drinking water like that. Like
Yeah.
there's
No.
They're
no
in a desert.
And
So
what
they-
are you lifting it with?
And
Yeah,
that means that,
exactly.
like, even if you use 1,000,000 people, all of them don't have water. Like, they can work through, like, a day maybe, but, like, a day and a half is, like, they're just probably at a down spot. What do you do, like, push them down the pyramid and just get new people? Like,
That, but also
Where would the bodies be?
scientists have like said that even with the technology we have, it would take so long to make a pyramid that
period.
big. To make a pyramid that big, even with the technology that we have, and they're 90-degree cut, like they're perfect. I don't know. I think that's really crazy. Back to like aliens, crop circles. How do y'all feel about crop circles?
I mean, you gotta be, like, a very, like, deliberate farmer to just really be like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna trick the whole world. Like, do I feel like some of them were made, yeah, but
Yeah.
some of them were just, they
Yeah.
looked too good, and it wasn't like, they didn't have drones to, like, look at stuff
Yeah, they're like
that far.
they're very precise. They're like perfect circles or just perfect shapes that you would have to see overhead to be able to do that, and it would probably still be difficult to be able to do that with even with being overhead.
I feel like that's a really crazy thing that we kind of like put to be kind of like an urban legend, like a myth, but like that's kind of crazy to think about.
I feel like it
It's
also
always been crazy.
it just hasn't been talked about in so long. I haven't heard about crop circles since it was like on TV like years ago.
Yeah, like, I think the more movies that were made about it, it seemed like it was a fiction thing, but we don't know that, like, they were quote unquote fiction movies.
But
So,
see,
like,
that's kind of deliberate.
like, there's
making
documented-
movies after this big scare.
it's almost like making somebody look like they're crazy. Like, if
Gaslighting them.
yeah, I guess. What is a synonym for gaslighting, actually? Shitty driver.
A synonym for gaslighting.
Well, gaslighting itself is just kind of
So you're running out of
something
gas.
around and trying to make someone feel as if they're
Wrong or crazy.
crazy in a situation. Yeah. A form of intimidation or psychological abuse.
That's why I feel like most conspiracy theories are the way that they are, because it's like all somebody has to do is like, no, you're crazy, and then it's just like, even if you're right, you got to be really right to prove somebody wrong.
Yes.
And even still, like, it's at the point where it's like it was an invasion or something like that. Like, everybody would just be like, that guy was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have like hard factual evidence.
But it's like at this point, you know, he's right, but like he knew it. What else do you have for us?
So another one that I have is Sydney is gonna love this one because she is really the one who's been saying this for years, and I've known her for so long, and she has always said this. She thoroughly believes that pigeons just are not real. That pigeons are just fake.
Okay. That sounds like very like odd to say. Listen, there was this whole thing. This guy came out. He started this like social experiment where he basically, and it was birds on. He plastered it everywhere. He spread all this information about how birds were real, birds weren't this, birds weren't that, and it was basically just like a social experiment. It went on for like a couple of years, and where towards the end of it, there were like all of these people that like thoroughly believed that like birds weren't real and all of these things. And then he came out and he was like, this was literally just a thing to show you like how much like people believe this misinformation and all these things like that. But he also brought up a big topic within all of this false information he was spreading, where like the government has like these birds that are like different and they're made as like drones and things like that. And like, listen, there's still a healthy amount of people that have delved into that a little bit further. I don't believe that just birds aren't real in general, obviously.
I mean,
That's kind of silly. But
yeah,
Birds are dinosaurs.
pretty
yes,
much.
exactly, birds are real. But
Just like
pigeons-
flies. Flies have been here for like ever. Like, their design probably hasn't changed since like.
I never thought about that.
That's
Oh,
why
is
you
that
look
what
at
you
insects. They
mean by-
last for so long.
No, that's not what I mean by it. What I mean personally by it is just that I do believe that that's a very likely form of like spyware because we have all of these things. Very likely form of spyware. Just the way that pigeons in specific are kind of. If you think about drawing a bird in your head, like having nothing to do with any specific bird in general,
You ever been
just
shitting
draw
on
a
my bird?
bird, and if you're gonna draw a pigeon, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look like naturally made. Like it looks like a fake bird.
I've never
Doesn't
seen a
look
baby
real.
pigeon.
No, they don't do normal
I was looking at a
bird
thing about like
like
some babies that you've never seen just because they're like so well hidden. Because it's kind of like if they're seen, they might like just be dead.
I've never seen a baby pigeon.
It's
eat one.
crazy the
They just
survival
sit
rates of
and
like
stare.
kids or like animal kids.
Like fish. The
I don't know.
survival
I
rate
saw
Literally,
a
is
like-
thing
so
that
small.
pigeons apparently were like domesticated, like they're domesticated animals, and like that's why they're so dumb and like they can't really survive out in the like real world because they were meant to be pets.
Oh yeah, yeah. People do have them though. Like what are they called? Tracker pigeons. Like they have them like on top of the building. And like they come back. Like I don't really know what they do, but like
I
Come
know what you're
back.
talking about.
There's also a big thing that happens while we're on the topic of birds is
the bird.
there have been multiple birds who have been shot down that had like a bag of weed, cocaine, like traveling birds or just
Yes.
like there are a lot of
It's
people
all
who
good until the
train
bird just like goes another route and it's just like
Uh-huh.
aha.
just
It's
have
my
fun.
line now.
Yeah.
Where am I at now?
But there have just been stories where people have used birds to be like their how do you say it?
Not
Cargo
pinata.
Yeah,
Not pinata, but
deliver. Like how they say, what is it,
Vessel.
storks? Like that movie that the storks are delivering the babies. Is it storks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
so it's
stork.
like
Yeah.
these.
Y'all ever seen
Birds.
this
Also,
story?
like Harry Potter, they're owls and such things with
Shout out owls, they're pretty cool.
Carrier
Love
pigeons.
Owls, you know they're completely silent.
Yes.
My
that's
boyfriend
all.
told me that, and that
Yeah.
is insane. They make no noise. Their
Yeah.
wings, nothing.
They pretty much walk you down. They're like, hey.
Yeah, like
Ew,
whenever they're
that's
hunting, they
gross.
make no
If I was
noise.
an animal like a bird, I'd be an owl. I'd be like, hey, yeah, all that shit you were talking daytime, you were fucking up my sleep.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
He's like, who are you, bitch?
And I'm like, ooh, like touch. I'm like, cause like their like feet can get really like, or what are they called? Talons.
Talons, yeah.
Okay.
And their heads can turn
I just need
completely
confirmation.
around, can't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine like you tap somebody and like they wake up and they're like, and they just turn all the way around and you just like, oh, you good, you got it, go back to sleep, I'm fine, I'll take care of it.
Okay, so I have a question for all of y'all, and I want y'all to individually answer it. So I ask everyone this, and I feel like it kind of just like it says, I don't know, it's just like an interesting question. I'm stuttering a lot today to ask people. So I'm gonna start with Cam, since y'all probably heard me ask them before, but I'll start with you.
Oh,
So you know, whenever you're
fuck, I had a question.
sorry, go ahead.
Nah, it's not appropriate.
Okay.
Nah, it is appropriate.
Go with
So
the
go ahead.
question.
Good, yes, I'm listening though. I may save it for later.
Okay.
I asked everybody this, but
So you know, whenever you're having a conversation with someone and you think of something and they say exactly what you were thinking, or if you're not even talking and you think of something you're about to say and that person says it as soon as you're about to say it.
You like Bluetooth to them.
Yeah. So do you think that you send that
really few
message?
people listen some days.
Do you think that you send that message to them, or that they take it out, or do you think it's just pure coincidence?
I think it's actually, for my answer, I would say it's probably neutral.
Okay.
Like both people probably have to have a common. They both have to have the same thing within them, but they both initiate it together as a whole. Like it wouldn't manifest itself. As
But
an
what if it
individual.
was like, because sometimes it happens with completely random things. Like you could not even be talking, or like you could be doing two completely different things, and because like I've been in multiple instances where that happens, and it just
So I have a
it's
question.
like crazy feeling.
Do you think that it's a coincidence, or do you think it kind of has more to do with timing and habits? Like, for example, I'll walk you through this. You and somebody else like may have got off work, went to this place that y'all always go to, and y'all kind of sit there and chill or whatever. What if both y'all are like, okay, I want to eat this? Is that really mind reading, or is it really just kind of like? Is it really more of like?
Like coincidence.
Or like almost the opposite of coincidence. Like it's almost like say how some people will like smoke a cigarette after dinner. Is it almost just like a thing that like if y'all are around each other enough, or
So it's like habits. It's like
Yeah.
there's.
like you never had a person who's like I'm hungry and like they sit at a restaurant and they're like I was thinking the exact same thing. You know, is that more of like
I
don't
feel
know,
like
it's just-
I feel like it's more broad than that. I
Uh-huh.
feel like it's also could be like you have been at work all day and you have this specific song from years back
That's been caught in your head, and somebody else just starts
Yeah.
singing that same
yeah,
exact
you go
song.
somewhere like you go to
That
the
happens
mall
a lot.
later after work because you want to get food from this this specific restaurant, and the worker that's like in the back, like doing the dishes, just so happens to be like singing that song like to themselves.
Or like, what
That's
if it's
what
like
that's like some simulation type shit. Like that's why it kind of freaks
Like just
me
a
out.
very abstract, specific song that
Yeah.
that other person
What if
happens
it's
to
something
be
like this?
singing.
You walk into work, another situation, and the cook cooks something that they know you like, and you're actually gonna get it yourself, but it was like ready, like it was already ready, or like, how would you judge that situation?
You're just like you're like right place, right time.
Well,
What
like,
are the odds I would end up in
I
this
really like a
situation?
lot of the times I don't like. There are
Can't be
some
involved.
instances where I take a lot of things as oh that's just coincidence. Like doesn't mean anything.
Coincidence.
But at the same time, there are also a lot of circumstances where that happens. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like that definitely is not a coincidence. That's like some
What was it? the other
empath or
day?
something like that.
The other day we were driving. We were driving somewhere and we were in the car and it happened to you like the same thing that happened with us had happened like 2 days before with it, like with you with some other people there. Like with some, I think one with your boyfriend and one with Harrison. It was like the same instance.
I don't know. You're gonna have to think on that because I have no idea.
Okay.
I
do
know
y'all
the
eat
other.
candy corn, by the way?
Yes, I love candy corn.
I'll have a piece,
Yes.
but like I don't.
I can only
enjoy
eat
it.
a few at a time.
No, I could sit there and eat a whole bag of candy corn.
Do you think it's like what do you think the odds of people that like eat candy corn are? Like,
I think it's less common than people who do.
yeah, I would assume so. Like,
I hate
what does it
candy
taste like?
Have you never had candy corn?
I've had it and it tastes terrible. I have to spit it out. Like,
I
I
feel
Yeah,
like
I
it's sweet, like sugary wax.
It's,
yeah.
a lot of people
Like
think
a big
that, but
sprinkle.
it's almost like
Yeah.
okay, so you know like
A big
how
sprinkle
kind of
is really
good pain is. Like whenever y'all were a kid and y'all had like a loose tooth and it was kind of like a good pain at certain times.
Yeah, like you knew it hurt, but you'd still like
Uh-huh.
be wiggling on
Yeah.
it.
If you get to a certain point of where you have been sitting there and eating candy corn for a minute, you will start getting that pain in your teeth where it's like you were a child and you had a loose tooth. It's like a good pain. And it's kind of like addicting, like how people are like, oh, I
Oh
love
my
getting tattoos
gosh.
or I love getting. No,
What?
it's good.
I feel
I thought
Like
like
the
I thought
flavor
you were-
itself, I like it. That's why I eat it, not because of the pain. But
I
like,
thought you were situating that.
It's
like,
probably
that's why you
because
eat
it's
it.
literally
No.
100%
No.
sugar and
No, I
wax, and
like
it's
it.
killing
like
your
candy
teeth
corn
from
for
the
the flavor
inside
of it.
out, and that's why it hurts so bad.
Yeah, it's like rotting your teeth.
it is really
It's not
sugary
good.
and
Those
really
big,
bad for your
thick,
teeth.
sugary pumpkins either.
Yeah.
I can choke down.
I
maybe,
like the,
2 or
okay,
3
do y'all
circus
know the
peanuts, to
brown
be
candy
honest.
corns though? Like it's
No.
orange, yellow, and brown.
Oh, yeah.
Those ones, those are the best.
They taste the same to me.
They don't taste the same at all.
Do y'all like it's a cinnamon candy? It's like a cinnamon hard candy, but it's not like
Is it in the
Cinnamon
tin? Is it in the tin?
I've only ever had it.
Like Altoids? But they're
Mm,
cinnamon, like the red tin.
No, I never played that. Those are smackers. Those
Is
are
it like in
bangers.
kind of the same wrapping as you know them strawberry candies that are like hard
Yes,
on the
those.
outside?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
I've had those. I'm not a big fan of.
you ever had root beer berries?
Yes.
Yes.
Yummy.
No thanks. I don't like root beer at all whatsoever.
You don't like artificial root beer?
I don't like any root beer.
Root beer is like
What
my
do you-
choice of drink.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
root
it's like the
beer is
last
so good,
soda,
root beer's so
like that there is a drink, I'll drink it. But like preferably, I would not like. No.
I like root beer flavored things, but when it comes down to root beer, I really very much prefer Barks over anything because
Uh-huh.
it's I feel like it's the less sweet root beer. I don't want
It
my
just
root beer
tastes
to be
like
too sweet,
Pepto Bismol.
Yeah.
because then we're edging on cream soda, not.
Ooh, how you feel
not
about
root
cream
beer.
soda?
I like.
I like
Honestly,
cream
if it's
soda,
ice
though.
cold and I haven't had maybe like twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year.
Don't like cream.
I think cream Dr Pepper. There's from Winn Dixie Cream Check. That's like the
It's a
best cream
situation.
soda.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel
So
like
good.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, Czech is. I would only drink Czech at Grandma Jan's, and that it would always be bumping.
Yeah, I'm over a water guy myself.
Me too.
Actually, since we're talking about sponsors for today, we have Davis Miller Construction and Welding. We also have Water LLC. We also have Onyx Rolling. We have Onyx Consulting Firm with us for the week. Thank you for the sponsors.
Thank
Don't
you,
forget to drink
guys.
water. out to my only fans. It's comedy.
Comedy, it's just all stand up.
Alright, so let's go back to another conspiracy theory. So this one is about Phineas and Ferb.
Ooh.
So I feel like a lot of people have probably heard this one, but at the same time a lot of people have not. So everyone, or most everyone, watched Phineas and Ferb when they were younger, you know, like grew up on it. Well, a couple years ago, this person had this idea or conspiracy theory that Candace, the sister, her name's Candace, right?
Yeah.
That she was actually, she had like a mental disorder, schizophrenia. So she basically was saying that Phineas and Ferb actually were not real, and that's why whenever their mom came home and she would try and tell them that they were never actually there. And when I found that out, that like blew my mind. Because obviously like it hasn't been proven, but like imagine that, like that would make so much sense. Their mom never catch them. It was always just like,
I mean, yeah, but
Candace, you're tripping.
she talked to them.
It is.
That's actually pretty insane.
I feel like it's an intense, and it's an intense backstory, but it makes sense. But I feel like it's just not that dark, you know?
It might not be
It's
that
not that
deep,
deep.
but if you think about it, a lot of childhood
Yes,
shows.
because Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry are real.
But if you think about it, a lot of our childhood shows have come out that there have been like just crazy things about them, or like
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
This is very,
Nemo.
very true.
Apparently, it's Finding Nobody.
Or maybe
I
not
need
that they
to-
weren't real, just like what they were doing wasn't real.
What if Nemo actually like was a true story?
that'd be crazy.
Like,
I
what
saw
if it was
this.
recorded on a documentary and they just like
Like it's a real
Yeah.
translated everything?
That'd be
yeah, but it's
crazy.
just like super, super shitty, so they had to like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually saw this one on Nemo. Someone said that it could be possible that Merlin, his dad,
Mm-hmm.
was asleep the whole time. Because you know how he got hit
Mm-hmm.
and basically just saying that was all a dream, like that wasn't true.
Did y'all like Finding Dory?
Yeah, it was good. I saw it in
And
theaters.
I like, but
Dory.
I just don't have as much memories of Finding Dory as I do Finding Nemo.
Oh,
Like, I
100%,
don't
yeah.
recall the movie as much.
Dory was like Dory was an adequate sequel. I feel like
It was good.
like it wasn't like it was just like pretty good, pretty solid. Like Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 were bangers. I mean,
Yeah.
I still haven't
you know,
seen
it's funny.
it.
I didn't see Frozen like any of them until last year, and I was like, wow. No, like,
Really?
so I'm not a person that like if everybody does something, I don't like doing it. Like I
You
kind of
wait
wait
until it dies
I'm just like,
out.
yeah.
I do the
Let's see
same
what's
exact
Game.
thing. No, I still haven't seen Squid Game.
Yeah,
Good,
me
you would
neither.
like
Why
it.
does my voice
You
keep
would like it
cracking?
hella.
Haven't
You
seen
need to
Squid
watch it.
Game. I haven't seen the new season of Stranger Things because it just feels too overhyped, and I don't want to feel like
Yeah.
a little groupie.
I hate to like get on it, and I'm just like, I don't see what anybody else sees.
The opening of Frozen, the like, original Frozen,
Mhm.
it gives me chills.
Mhm.
Like when they're breaking the ice and like the song.
Yeah.
It's just so like it gives me like such magical vibes, I guess.
Yeah, it's
And it's frozen, and like if you're watching it and you're warm, you're just kind of like, I'm so cozy, and they're freezing.
Yeah.
there for a reason.
Olaf was pretty legit. He's like Yoda.
He's
He
hilarious.
is, and he's so pure.
He's so fun.
Bruh's actually like,
Olaf is
Bruh's like,
He's so sweet and cute.
yeah, he's a riot. Like every time it was like a weird part
He
of the
was
movie.
definitely, he peaked in movie 2. So
He
good.
did peak.
Oh yeah. They definitely gave him some more.
Yeah.
Some more time,
It's
for
so
sure.
freaking funny, dude.
Yeah, that's actually my comedic influence is Olaf. My
It's
intellectual
good
influence is
inspiration.
Yoda.
He's freaking hilarious.
The adult Yoda. And then I'm kind of just like, you know, water my vegetables.
I don't know why that just reminded me of VeggieTales.
Yes.
Veggie Tales.
I
I
love
freaking love
VeggieTales.
VeggieTales.
That was a classic.
I thought I liked Veggie Tales. I guess I was a kid, so like I'll keep. I guess you preserve whatever you liked as a kid. You like we're not talking about like replay value.
I feel like if I watch it now, it would make me feel weird.
Yeah,
Same
for
with
sure.
like a lot of people
I'd
say
cringe.
that.
Do you remember the sporks?
No.
The sporks on VeggieTales, and they were evil sporks, and they had to
Oh,
fight them.
you know, to be honest, I think that's crazy. The concept of
remember
that
that.
actually, a sport like trying to fight like vegetables. Like come here.
Yeah,
that's
it was
crazy.
so good.
When's the last time y'all used a sport?
When I ate Bojangles like 2 days ago.
That is, if somebody had to give me $10,000 and they're like, if you can could name the exact day or the year that you had a sport, I'd be like, oh, you know what, you got me.
Yeah, I don't. But
Oh my
it's
goodness.
I think
kind of like
sports
one
are
of those
underrated.
shows where when you were younger you liked it, and then like Barney. Like Barney now I
freaking love
feel like
Barney.
would make me feel really weird. Same with Teletubbies.
And Lazy
Teletubbies-
Town, I feel like
Teletubbies
Lazy
always
Town would
made
make
me
me
feel
feel a little weird as well.
Me
And
too.
what was it? The
Teletubbies gave me
was
weird,
it
like,
Fresh Beat Band or the Bebops? Was it the
Bebop.
The
Be-
Doodlebox?
Fresh
the
Beat-
Doodle
oh,
Bops?
Doodle-
They were
oh.
colored.
And
They
they
were
had like big old hands and like
I used to love the Doodle Bops, and I looked up a
Like,
picture like
Doodle Bops.
maybe a month ago, and
and what is it?
That's
The little
weird.
babies.
did y'all like Barney? No, not Barney.
Oh,
no,
that's
no, no, no.
Teletubbies.
No, it's
No,
not
not
Teletubbies.
Barney.
It's
Clifford. Did y'all like
I
Clifford?
I
Loved-
freaking loved Clifford. That was my
I
favorite. My
Clifford was
favorite.
such a G though.
That's the Doodles.
Yes, they have big hands and they're
Oh.
like fuzzy.
Did y'all watch Wonder Pets?
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wonder Breads, yes, I love Wonder Breads.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's veer back to the conspiracy theories.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone have any that we haven't talked about? I have a couple more. I just feel like I've been.
The moon landing, because I didn't go. They could be lying.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go.
Like I wasn't there. They're like, oh yeah, it happened. Really?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things where for me to 100% believe it, I would have to see with my own eyes. Or like do it myself.
So that kind of goes into the. It kind of ties into the. I just want to know everybody's opinion on the flat Earth and the
So,
not flat Earth theory.
okay, you can go first, Siri.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think the Earth is round. I think the Earth is round because it just. It is. It just is.
I feel like I'm
The
not.
flat Earth theory was introduced, I feel like, very late into the game.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
there
it's
would be
stupid.
I don't feel like
No offense to
substantial
anyone that
evidence
believes
if
the
it wasn't flat. I don't feel like that would be some crazy thing that would have to be hidden from us that our planet was of the shape that it is. You know what I mean?
100%.
It just doesn't really make sense that they would be like, oh no, you can't know the shape of the Earth, even though, like, really, if someone spent their entire life to figure it out, they probably could. Like,
I feel like I'm not educated enough on it to speak on it because I know that it's more than just like the flat Earth theory itself. I know that it's more than it just being like completely flat. Like I know that in the theory itself, it's not like there's just an edge that you can just
Do you think?
go off on.
Do you think that there's like a rich guy just like starting like a movement of flat earthers just to troll? Like just see
Maybe.
like how many people can I get to like actually believe?
this is what it is,
Maybe.
a whole social experiment.
Yeah.
Kind of like when they used to think the Earth was in the center of the universe, but
Yeah.
they found out that it wasn't, because it was like the Earth, then the moon, and then they were like, oh, all right, it's the sun. But
It's really crazy how small we are. Like, y'all believe in aliens?
For sure.
other
I
life
believe
forms
there's-
exist. It's just
Yeah.
nobody like in today's day and age really just says aliens. It's like if you have scientists that acknowledge life forms or like life is capable to exist on other planets, usually the way stuff works is like it doesn't work unless it's like being used. So like another planet wouldn't have water on it unless like something was like capable of using it. So if something is like close to water, then you know. Now, aliens could obviously look like an octopus, a spider,
Like, not like the common green
Yeah.
big eyes.
bipedal,
Yeah.
2 eyes, 2 arms. Like, it could be like a squid that just knows everything and like has like technology like, thousands of years ahead of us that we would never know. Because like I don't think we were the first people to figure out stuff. What if like people are like watching us?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Like what if we
Like
are an
they're
experiment?
learning,
Or like we are a simulation.
or if people have just found out about us and we have other things that are watching us, surveilling us
Yeah.
now, and they're learning and adapting and gaining the knowledge as we're gaining the knowledge,
Yeah.
maybe at a slightly slower pace.
Imagine if there was something bigger than us and they saw us like how we see ants. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, whenever you're in an airplane and you look down first.
Everything is so
It's
small. I mean,
so
I haven't personally ever been in an airplane, but like, I've seen pictures.
Pictures.
So-
I mean, whenever I flew back into where I live, I didn't even recognize it. I was like, this is not, we're on the wrong flight.
Like,
this
it
is the
doesn't
wrong
look
flight.
right.
This is not the right place. Like,
Yeah.
this does not look correct at all. I was like, Mom. She was like, no, it is.
It's kind of crazy to think about how far we are in technology, but how far we will be in thousands of years, even decades. Like,
I don't even know if we're gonna have decades, if I'm gonna be completely honest. What about the conspiracy theory that the world's gonna end from global warming and all that?
I do believe in global warming in a sense. Not, I don't know if you, but if you think about it, we've been here for millions and millions and millions of years.
Have we though?
Well, I guess
Have
we
we
don't know.
though?
That's what, and it's also crazy that high school or middle school textbooks,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them have been proven to kind of change history, to kind of like say non-truths. So
Oh,
we
for
think
sure,
that, like,
to
there are
make-
a lot of like huge historical events that we have all learned, all known about, and some of them, and I can't really think of any on the top of my head.
But
I
we're
know
taught
s-
differently than
yeah.
how it happened.
Exactly, I know some of them didn't actually happen the way that.
And the textbooks
We've been
get
taught.
changed.
It's to make one
Every
party
year.
look better.
Yeah, I was going to say often.
And then like a lot of the times like it's just a publishing company like publishing like books. Like say we may have the same books that like 4 other states will have. So it's just like, you know, whoever owns that publishing company has definitely a vested interest in like, cause it's like you're not even. It's just not a book. It's like it's knowledge. Like you're teaching somebody something that like they probably won't forget. So if it is,
You're a credible source.
or yeah, they're soon to be like we're like somebody's looking at you like you're a credible source. So
Well, it's kind of like the Bible. Like, if you think about the Bible, it's been rewritten in so many different languages. Like, you have to think that there have been some things lost in translation, or mistranslation, lost in translation. Like, there could be
Yes.
significant amount of the Bible that are just not in there, or things that have just been changed that isn't actually like
Misconstrued.
originally, yeah, how the Bible was written, which is really crazy because you never really know what you actually know. You know, like you don't know if that's
Yeah.
like true.
Take
Does
a
that make
shot.
sense?
look, yeah, that was the one. That was the one actually. No, yeah, that's how I feel like. I don't really know anything. Like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say I'm a firm believer in that. Actually, before I go any more forward, we're gonna cut this episode because we will have a 2-part mini series followed by drinks and light refreshments. Thank you for joining this installment of Rice Talk. As always, if it ain't right, get rice.
Get rice.